Guys,
on
you'll
the
have to
table.
listen so that we and react so that I can put this on TikTok.
Oh God.
Does it have anything to do with penis breath?
There is no penis breath involved, but there were drugs involved.
Lots of drugs.
So I feel like that's a close second.
That is a very close second.
So I received a bonus from work in 2020 during COVID. This is during COVID times. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy something for myself that I really, really have wanted. And like from a craftsman who's probably struggling because it's COVID. And so I bought this like handcrafted D&D table, like Dungeons and Dragons, like role playing tabletop table.
That's pretty
his
cool.
Work, I like followed him on Instagram and his work was gorgeous. His reviews were really good, but it was like a chunk of money, right?
Is it though? Is it one of those that like open up from the top and it's like it's inside the table, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. Okay, those are super cool. I've seen those before. Okay.
It's at Lou's house, so you can make him send you pictures. So
I'll just come see it.
I bought it through Etsy, and I didn't hear from the crafter for like 6 months. And I like reached out to him with his contact information on Etsy, and I couldn't get a hold of him. And I was like, well, that was a lot of money, and like I know it takes more than 6 months to like build something, but I just want to know that this person actually exists. So I started a case with Etsy, and they were able to get a hold of him. And he called me, and he was like, hey, this is going to take longer than 6 months. And I was like, yes, fair. I just want to be in contact. So over the next few months, he like called me about some different design elements, and we talked. And then just like he stopped talking to me. And I went back on Etsy, and his shop had been closed, and his Instagram had been shut down, and I couldn't find any of his contact information on the internet. And I reached out to Etsy, and they were like, no, you already started that one case and you closed it, so you're SOL. And I was like, can you at least like give me the contact information y'all have that like clients don't have access to? And they were like, nope, it's against the law. So I was like, cool. So I just never heard from him. And I was like, yeah, I got scammed out of a lot of money, and that really sucks. But I'm not going to go hunt this man down in Arizona. So fast forward to 4 years later, 9:30 at night, I'm studying with my friend. My phone rings, and I'm like, it says like Google says it's a valid number, and it's like design something. I was like, that's weird. And so I'm like, hello? And this guy is like, oh my God, hi. Is this? And he says my full name, and I'm like, yeah, it's me. Who are you? And he was like, oh my God, did you order a handcrafted gaming table 4 years ago and never get it?
No way.
And I was like, what? Yes. And he was like, oh my God, I am so, I have to tell you, and you're not even going to believe me because it's so, and he's like so flustered, like he can't even get out a full sentence. So I'm like, brother, lay it on me. Like, I was like, what happened? And he was like, why did you never reach out to me? And I was like, so are you the guy, like, you still haven't told me who you are?
No, is that ammo? Like, one tunnel, one top snow.
Right.
He was like, I'm the guy. And so I was like, what happened? And he was like, you're not going to believe me. I was like, brother, you do not know my life. This is crazy, my life. So anyways, he says, so I just got off the phone with the FBI. I'm sorry. He was like, they just interrogated me. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, so I guess the freight company I use to ship your table. And he was like, I want you to know I shipped your table over 2.5 years ago. And he said, I got paperwork from the freight company with your signature on it that you received your table. So this whole time, I thought you had your table. I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, so I guess the freight company I use was a massive drug front. And the FBI, I guess, has been like following them for like a decade or something. And he was like, so I had to convince the FBI that I knew nothing about this drug company and that I just used them for freight. And then at the end, the FBI was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, so we found your information because you have freight that's been sitting in this warehouse full of drugs for the last 2.5 months. We raided it." He was like, "They said they bombed it. I don't know what that means." He was like, "But like the freight's still there, so like it must have been like smoke bombs, but they said the sprinkler system went off." And he was like, "They said everything was damaged," and I was like, "Okay, okay, okay." So yeah, he drove like the next day from Arizona up to Oklahoma to go hand collect my table, which was in like wooden packing crate, so it was fine, miraculously, and then delivered it to Lou's house.
Wow. And
And
this
it
was
is
like just
so-
recent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally
This was like 2 days
2 days
ago.
ago.
Yesterday, 2 days ago.
Nah, that's insane.
Yeah. So definitely on my 2024 bingo card, did not have received a table I thought I got scammed out of because it was impounded by the FBI.
That is crazy. That is awesome. That is a good story.
Yeah, and the table's so pretty. I love it. I can't wait to see it in real life.